the Herdline News.
Well, the Suns bounced back from 2 straight losses in Dallas with a huge win over the Mavs in Game 5. Devin Booker led the way for Phoenix with 28 points in a lopsided 110-80 victory. The game was close at half, but the Suns pulled away in the third quarter, outscoring the Mavs 33-14 and never gave up the lead. The home team has won every game in this series, but the Suns will have a chance to close it out back in Dallas in Game 6 on Thursday. Now, my biggest takeaway from last night is this just further proved that the Suns have not only the better team, but a complete team. Because even when one of your top guys, like Chris Paul, isn't having a great night, he had 7 points with 10 assists, the rest of the team picks up the slack and they have a complete blowout win. And then you look at Luka. He's great, but he had no one, no help. And you're not going to be able to win a championship like that.
No, I mean, that's been the question with the Mavs. I mean, we just talked about this with the Sixers. Is somebody else going to be able to step up?
Yeah.
I think the Mavs are in a little bit of a different situation. They should have more help. They should have more consistency. But they're still a young team. And Luka has the ball in his hands a lot. So they need to find a balance. Luka needs to find a balance and rely on his teammates a little bit more. Now, obviously, you're a superstar. If things aren't falling for your teammates, you're going to want to take over, but not when you're playing a team like the Suns, who have the capacity to do what you watched last night. And look, maybe they're just in 2 different phases as an organization, but to your point, the home team has won every game in this series, and that game in Dallas is going to be a loud, rowdy one because they want this to go 7 and, you know, have an opportunity to move on to the next round. So that's going to be a really, really good game Thursday night.
And each of the Suns' 4 series wins over the last 2 postseasons have been clinched on the road.
No, they're not scared.
Just throwing that out there. No, they're not scared. And they have what it takes.
Yes.
They have what it takes. One person's down, the next one steps up. All right, let's move on to Kyrie Irving, who continues to fuel the fire in his feud with Celtic fans. While he was playing Grand Theft Auto on a Twitch stream this week, some viewers chimed in with pro-Celtics comments, and Kyrie took the opportunity to respond with another shot at the Boston fan base. Take a listen.
It's about so long y'all can say the same jokes. Oh, Kyrie, what are you doing at home? That's how y'all sound to me. Oh, what are you doing at home? Are you going to Cancun? Where are you? Are you at home? Oh, Kyrie, you suck. What are you doing? Oh my god, go back to Cleveland. Oh my god, Boston hates you. Oh my god. That's how y'all sound to me, cockroaches.
Okay, so first of all, this sounded like a passive-aggressive therapy session to me. And this is where live streaming is hilarious, but also can be very dangerous if you're a professional athlete or a public figure. Anything and everything that you do or say will be recorded and will be used to talk about or used against you. You are a star athlete making millions of dollars, living out your dream. Why are you letting these trolls, whatever you want to call them, get to you? Why are you responding? The moment you respond, you are giving them exactly what they want. This is what they want. They are poking you. They're poking the bear just to get that one reaction. And there you go. You gave it to them. You gave them the reaction.
So I get this a lot as well, this question of like,
Yes.
Why do you respond to trolls or why do you give them the time?
Tell
and
us.
I know you get this, so I know that you are, this can be your opinion because you do get trolled as well. Generally, people that ask me this do not deal with trolls at all. Or as Kyrie so eloquently put it, cockroaches, which they are. Trolls, cockroaches, whatever it is. They're the vermin of the earth. They're the vermin of the internet. And for me, I don't get bothered by what people say. Like, I don't care. You know this, you know me.
Yeah.
I am not concerned about the opinion of cockroaches. It's not how I live my life. If I wouldn't ask for your advice, I don't care about your opinion. I don't have that in me. I also am firmly aware that none of this would ever be said to my face. And while a lot of people like to live their entire lives on the internet, I actually have a life. So I believe in face-to-face interaction and real communication, which these people would never do. So in this instance, I actually side with Kyrie. I'm with you. Live streaming can be a very dangerous thing. especially if you're not used to being live.
Yes.
Like, we prepare to be live on this show.
This is why I never go live on social media.
I very rarely go live.
I know what can happen.
And when I do go live, it's planned.
Anything can happen.
It's still planned.
It's still planned.
I'm not
It's
like
a
chilling on my
controlled-
couch watching something.
No, it is a controlled environment.
Correct. But in this particular situation, I would side with Kyrie. Honestly, get some new jokes, y'all. I mean, Kyrie is fully in the space that he can be critiqued right now. There's a lot of criticism that has been levied his way, and it's fair. But get some new jokes. And also, who's winning here? You're sitting around watching Kyrie Irving play video games. Kyrie is the one winning here. Like, let's be serious. That's how you're spending your time as a person. So, like, respectfully, I can't really side with the cockroaches here.
I just don't give them the time of day. I'm opposite on this one. I'm like, the moment you give them that satisfaction, I feel like they won. I'm a big South Park fan, and they did a whole episode on trolls, and they literally live in these little dungeons, and it's the only image I have in my head of like what an internet troll looks like. They're like these like little witches, like
they're little, you know.
Yeah. So not worth my time. If you're gonna be a sad person, I don't have bandwidth for you, and I just leave that out of sight, out of mind.
Person is a compliment for these beings.
Okay. I feel that.
Yeah.
Trolls. That's why you call them trolls. Okay. Moving on. Many college coaches have expressed their unhappiness with the way the NIL has been going so far. There have been significant outcry for more regulations surrounding the NIL deals, but Notre Dame basketball coach Mike Brey has a different view on the situation and thinks it's time to accept the changes to college athletes. He said coaches have to stop complaining. This is the world we are in. The last time I checked, we make pretty good money. So everybody should shut up and adjust. When I read this last night, I stood up in my living room like while watching the game and just like gave like a full like standing ovation, because complaining is never going to get you anywhere in life. You either take action immediately, figure out a way, get a group together and figure out a solution, or figure out a way to start dealing with it. It's here. It's happening. As you said, you guys are making great money too. We've been talking about this ever since it came out. These athletes deserve to make money. Yes, there needs to be regulations. Yes, it's a little bit of the wild, wild west right now. But at this point, in this moment right now, if you're not going to take action and figure out a way to fix it, figure out a way to adjust to it.
There's two different kinds of people. There's solution-oriented people, and then there's people that complain.
Yeah.
And you can change at any moment. You don't have to stay in that box. And different circumstances may just provide for you just being a complainer, and certain circumstances you are a take action person. I could not agree with him more. I'm so relieved that someone just came out and said it. Stop whining about it.
See?
Oh my God. It's just the complaining. And you can't even define what the problem is.
No.
And you're not even talking about it in its entirety. All I hear is everyone talking about college football. How many other sports are there? How many other athletes are there? You're not even going to mention, of course, I mean, God forbid you consider the fact that female athletes are benefiting from this, but I'll excuse the fact that you forgot we exist. It's obnoxious. You don't even have define the problem. The problem is what? Parity? You're going to have a conversation with me about parity in college sports? I have lots of other things to do today. Talk to your mama about it. I'm busy. You want to talk about young people? I'm not calling them kids. They're not kids.
They're
Even
adults.
if they are kids to us, they are adults.
They're 18.
They are 18 years old. They are adults. They can go to war. They can buy a home. They can open a bank account. They can start a business. They are 18-year-old adults. You have a problem with people making money? Are you an American? All I hear about is how I'm not American. Every day I'm a communist, but all of a sudden you guys want to redistribute wealth when it's convenient for you? Make up your mind. Thank you, Mike.
So maybe
just do your job. Do your job.
Exactly.
Stuff changes. Wow. Cry about it.
You're at an education institution. Why not get these kids financial advisors? Let that be a part of it, so you're teaching them how to properly manage their money, so we don't get to these 30 by 30s where you're hearing all the athletes who lose all their money. Start them young.
Well,
you
Alex,
are an
There are systems.
This is what you
there
do.
are systems in place that much prefer to be in place forever in order to keep certain demographics of people in places in society where they would prefer they stay. And if more opportunities are offered to more people, particularly minorities or women, then some of these, playing fields might be leveled to a space that would make things fair for everyone. And God forbid that happens, because then you might find out how excellent people are because they've been preparing for that moment. That might be a slight part of it too. Just saying.
Just saying.
That's Alex Curry with the news.
Well, that's the news.
And thanks for stopping by.
The